Hi guys! Thank you for tuning into my video today. So I hope you're sitting down right now because today I'm going to give you the most amazing, crucial, and life-changing thrifting advice you have ever heard. Okay, so is that maybe stretching it a little bit? Just a little bit? I don't know. But I do hope you get some awesome tips from today's video. I know I have learned so much from my past 4 years as an avid thrifter. And if you like this type of content, then you are in the right place. Definitely hit that subscribe button down below, give me a like, and let's get to the video. Okay, so my first tip is don't skip the display cases. Okay, I understand that they can be intimidating because some thrift stores will have just the nicer purses or clothes, shoes, tech stuff behind in a locked glass case, but you can really find a lot of cool things in there too. I'm not saying that's the only place to find cool things, it's absolutely not. I'm saying be sure to always check the jewelry cases up by the register or wherever they have them, because they're totally worth checking out and you might find something really great and it might not be as expensive as you think it is. Okay, number 2 on my list is don't assume clothes are in the right spot. Normally at a store, everything's pretty much in the right spot. You know, if you're looking for a size medium shirt, it's gonna be right where it should be. At a thrift store, that is not the case. Okay, so a size 4 dress could be with the size 12s, vice versa. Some are better about taking care of this problem, but I don't know how many clothes that I have found in the wrong spot that actually turned out to be really super cute. It might be because it was in the wrong spot that I found it and other girls had not checked that spot. So definitely check around when you're going through the aisle. Be sure to not only stop by the larges or smalls, just take a quick browse through the rest of the stuff. Honestly, your eyes usually catch what you like. Another thing is vintage sizing. So if you're looking for vintage Levi's or vintage jeans or any vintage wear, all the sizes used to be a lot higher in numbers. So I have fit into a vintage size 10 jeans, whereas now sizes are size 0 and stuff like that, which is extremely tiny. I remember when I was in high school, I was wearing size 4s, and now I'm wearing size 0. So the sizes are completely random, pretty much. It's they don't mean anything. That's another reason why you should definitely just be checking all around the sections. Get a good feel of the fabrics of jeans too. You know, your eyes will be more selective on, oh, that's a really nice fabric, or that's definitely 100% cotton jeans. You know what I mean? Okay, so my third tip is don't assume prices are set. Okay, so this is one that will not always be the case, but when it is, and when you find that thrift store, be sure to remember that, because a lot of independent thrift stores, the cashier will have the just kind of authority and freedom to lower the price by, $2, $5, especially if you're a regular. So this isn't going to be the case for places like Goodwill, the more corporate places, but it's definitely worth asking if you're not sure. Okay, so this fourth tip is extremely crucial. Honestly, this is definitely part of the whole life-changing bit I had from the beginning. So the fourth tip is don't only check the women's section. Oh my god, I never did this when I first started thrifting. My first few years as a thrifter, no. I did not even imagine, checking the kids section, checking the men's section or the boys or whatever. I don't know how many just gorgeous kind of oversized men's sweater vests, hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts. Just don't be afraid to veer out of your own sex's section because you can honestly find a lot of really cool pieces, and sometimes things aren't even in the right spot. In the kids section, so if you're a smaller size, sometimes thrift stores won't realize that the item is actually a women's and they'll put it in the kids. Or sometimes kids clothes, like the older girls and stuff, will have clothes that are super cute and fit you. It's definitely worth checking out. I wouldn't say this is necessarily the most crucial spot, the kids section, because a lot of times it's a miss. But if you do have some extra time that day, I definitely do recommend, checking the little girls section and even the boys. Like if you're looking for those super cute, like tight little vests that's been just like so freaking trendy lately, then little boys vests is definitely where to look. Okay, number 5 on my list is don't overlook an item's potential. So not every item at the thrift store is going to be in peak condition. A lot of times you can find really, really cool things, but sometimes you do need to have vision with these things and put a little bit of love into them. And that really goes a long way. I don't know how many shirts that originally really weren't that cute, and then I went ahead and cropped them, and voila, you got a whole new shirt that is fun and it's more your style. Plus, if it has a stain or a hole on the bottom that you don't want to mend, just crop it. And the same goes for like button downs. They're so cute as like a cropped look. And the same goes for like sweatshirts and hoodies. It's such a simple little thing to do, but it is so valuable. The same goes for like furniture. If you had the vision to, and the determination to just get a little love into it, sand it down or just paint over it, give it a new life, a new look. Like, I don't know how many times I see just like a gorgeous desk that just needs a bit of love. It just needs a paint job, or it's like an old heavy wood color and it's not very modern. Just painting it white or pink or green or just something fun or something modern, and it just really gives an item a whole new life. Don't be afraid to DIY things. So do not forget this tip. Always have vision when it comes to things. Okay, so number 6 is don't be afraid to ask about sales. Okay, so every thrift store has its sale days, whether it's a 50% off day, which is amazing, or their tags have certain days where they're 50% off, 75%, 25%, or they'll do like a bag sale or tote sale where you can get just like a whole bag of stuff for a set price, which is amazing. So some thrift stores, you can even sign up for an email list where they'll email you when they're having a sale, and that's really helpful. So it might make you a little nervous if you're a bit more of an introvert to go up to a cashier and ask about their sale days, but it is so worth it, so don't be afraid to ask about their sales. Number 7 is don't overthink things. So there is such an eclectic, unique mix of stuff in the thrift store that it's not always gonna be what you had in mind. It's not always going to be, what you saw on Pinterest or what's necessarily in style right now. But if your heart calls you to it and you're just like, oh my god, I just love this jacket, but is it really my style? Or is it even in style? You might find yourself asking these questions. But I say it's good to be selective, but you can find yourself turning down a lot of things that you just don't think that fit into your aesthetic or even in style. So just go with your heart, because honestly, choosing items that call to you, that make you happy, that you're excited to wear, that's where style comes from. I mean, that's what true style is. you know, so you don't always have to be within this box, you know, this set list of what you can and can't wear. It might be this super cool 70s vest or something like that, and you don't see anybody else wearing it, but it's truly calling to you. Well, honestly, it could be the next hot thing that everyone's wearing. I mean, honestly, all of this vintage stuff, it comes back in fashion. So I say be unique to you, and you'll have a wardrobe that is like nobody else's. It'll be your heart's true calling, you know, and that's what fashion's all about. It's about expressing you and what truly calls to you. So don't try to box yourself in, and it can be hard because I have absolutely been there too. I know the struggle, but I think there's always just funky, cool individual pieces that we like that we might be thinking twice about. But I say, it's a thrift store, it's cheap, you love it, get it. Okay, and number 8 is don't hastily throw things in the cart either. So while you want to choose everything you love, you also want to make sure that the item you love is in good condition. So be sure to check your t-shirts and tops for pit stains. That can be a sneaky little thing that you don't notice while you're in the store, but you do when you get home, and that's a terrible feeling. So, you know, with like pants, make sure the zipper works, or jacket, you want to make sure the buttons are all there, the zippers work. You want to hold things up to the light, make sure there's no stains that you're not seeing. Be sure to always double check over your items, because you don't want to find that gorgeous, amazing thing and get home, you've paid for it, now there's no returns at those stores, and boom, you realize it's got a stain, or it's got a rip, or a tear, or whatever that makes it not perfect. You don't want to get home and find that. Number 9 is don't flash people. So sometimes there isn't a dressing room, or sometimes there's a long line, or you just don't feel like walking over to the dressing room when you could just throw the sweatshirt on and check the fit. But you go to do that, and the guy in the shoe section gets an eyeful. So none of us want that to happen. I definitely recommend just wearing a form-fitting tank top or biker shorts, items that you can easily just throw things over and check the fit right then and there. So definitely let's try to keep our bits to ourselves. Okay, so number 10, my very last tip for today, is don't stress. Okay, so it is so easy to do when you get everything together, you go to the thrift store, you might even go to several thrift stores that day, and you don't find anything. I totally get the struggle, because this is bound to happen, especially when you're looking for just something super specific, like say you're looking for just a simple black tank top. You're not always gonna find exactly what you're looking for, and that can be really frustrating because, you know, you set out to find this great item and you didn't find it. But a big tip is just don't stress about it. You know, I think part of the fun of thrifting is just this whole treasure hunt feel. You know, I mean, some people go to thrift stores every week, or some people every day, just because there's always new stuff coming in every single day. And so don't get discouraged if you don't find that item you were looking for, or anything at all, because it is definitely worth it when you do find that perfect wicker chair, or that amazing pair of jeans that you got for $4 when it would have been $60 online. So that is an amazing feeling, and I say just have fun thrifting. You know, I think it's always an adventure, it's always fun. I think there's just so many random things that you'll come across and they'll make you laugh. Some things are just so unique and creative, and you never know what you're going to the thrift store for. And because, I mean, you never know what you're gonna find at a thrift store, and I think that's just what makes it so fun and unique. And you always find just all these crazy different things that people have donated, and I just think that's definitely part of the fun of thrifting, you know, the love of thrifting. So these were my top 10 tips from a veteran thrifter. And I really hope you got some great advice out of this, maybe some things that you hadn't thought of before. I know these tips have really transformed my thrift shopping myself, and I know as like a beginning thrifter, you don't really think of a lot of these things. And I hope this saved you guys some trouble and maybe make your whole thrifting process a little bit more enjoyable. And if you have any extra things to add, like any more tips from your experience of thrifting, definitely leave me a comment down below, because I want to know. I really do. I want to know all there is, all the little ins and outs of thrifting, because there is a lot out there and people have discovered, you know, just a lot of little tips and tricks. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, definitely hit that red subscribe button and like, share, whatever. Alrighty, so thank you for watching today, and I will see you in my next video.